What happened? No. Can anybody tell me who was little Bobby Hutton? We'll give you 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Boy, if you take that phone out and do,
That's not enough to look at these books.
8, 7, 6, 5. Little Bobby Hutton. Brother Msonga, you see this, huh? Bro, I'm looking right at you about to cheat. Y'all, you don't win that $25?
A man.
Wow, that was brilliant.
That really was brilliant.
That was brilliant. That was why I was waiting. Little Bobby Hutton was one of the first recruits, if not the first recruit, for the Black Panther Party for self-defense in Oakland, California.
Yep.
The founders of the party, who were the founders of the party? Y'all should know that. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale.
I'm gonna add a whole.
She said it, still didn't say it. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning Bobby Hutton is because when he was assassinated, he was only 17 years old. Most of the Panthers who joined the group back in those days were very, very young. Right? What you guys did by participating today is you represented your generation. All of them couldn't be here. They don't have a car like Ray do. They couldn't be here. But you guys were here, you were part of the movement, you're part of the struggle. This bookstore is a revolutionary space, and it's a space where you can disprove a lot of, and I'm gonna shut up after this, where you can disprove a lot of the stereotypes about young people, that y'all don't like to read, that y'all not interested in politics, even though politics will send your black and brown butts to prison before they send you to college. Politics. So, Bobby Hutton is representative of that. That was in 1967 that he was assassinated by the cops. Why was he assassinated? Because he came outside of the house where him and Brother Eldridge Cleaver were, and he didn't take off his clothes. They wanted him to take off all his clothes, and I'm not taking off my clothes. He came out and they shot him and killed him. Right? Second thing, we talked the other night about relationships. I saw relationships kill the careers of many great men. I'll say it again. I saw relationships kill the career of great men. I'm not saying relationships are bad, but there's a young brother in my phone whose picture was sent to me yesterday. And he worked at the bookstore, at the, down here, at the copy center. You've seen him 1,000 times. Beautiful young brother, nicest person you ever want to meet. His funeral is next week. I hadn't seen him in a couple years. Why is he having a funeral? Because he was in a relationship with a young woman who cheated on him, and he lost his, he lost it. And they got killed in Compton by who knows. Y'all feel me? So I just wanted to bring that back because we continuing that theme tied into the money issue, economic issue, right? And we'll be talking more about that as we move along, all right? So that stated, I want to give just a quick statement from each of you brothers, or at least a couple of you brothers, about one thing that you may have learned today, or one thing that you would like to share with another young person that was not here. Because a lot of y'all peers were not here today. Can y'all share like one thing that you either learned or something that stuck out in your mind, or even how you feel today about what happened? Anybody? Go ahead, brother. There's a lot of noise out there. I guess that's because people are driving cars. Before we go any further, let's thank the co-directors of this center, Mr. Eric Mann and Mr. Channing. Go ahead, brother.
I want to say that you told us about Crenshaw, about George Lafayette Crenshaw, like the history behind it, how black people weren't allowed in this area, and now it's like one of the most biggest black areas.
It is, in fact, if I'm not correct, the last majority black district in the city of Los Angeles. Is that right? Yeah. That's it. One of two. Watts?
This District 10 and District 8.
District 10 and District 8.
Is that Inglewood? No, that's
Right on the other side, like Hyde Park.
yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, which is also part of the Malcolm X corridor.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for that remembrance, my brother. Go ahead, brother.
I would like to,
Wait. The old man is playing some music. Oh, he about to go ride. He about to do his thing.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
he
give him
ready.
a oh,
Yeah, let's get he's ready. He's ready. And away he goes.
You got one. You ain't got none yet, brother. Go ahead.
I'd like to say, just like Tamir said, if George Lafayette was still around, we wouldn't be in the Crenshaw area. I'm glad that like Malcolm and the Black Panther Party did something about that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Thank you for that statement. Anybody else? What's on your mind?
I would say connecting to what you told us Wednesday, I believe, in the class, how there's history on every street that we drive on, and connecting to what we did today, it was very memorable for me. And
Right. Thank you. And we were saying that Adams and Jefferson and many other streets that I can name were named after the so-called the founders. They are I guess they're the founders of what we call America, but they all owned slaves.
Yeah.
Everybody that was in that room signing the Bill of Rights and all that owned slaves. That's the reality. I mean,
reality.
I didn't say I hate them, but that's the truth.
15 of them did.
15 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
John Adams included.
John Quincy Adams or Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. Oh, honest George.
No, honest.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Ramon.
One of my key takeaways is like one of the presenters said is that the community must keep fighting for like it's literally the right to like be free in this community, because the white supremacists aren't just gonna hand it to us.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like something. It's really important to keep that mentality of like, to keep fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
They keep fighting.
Keep marching forward.
Yeah. And it's critical that you guys were here because we have lived most of our life that we're gonna live. And if you guys, ignore the issues and just think, oh, I'm just gonna do for myself, get a nice job, make some money, take care of my family. If you guys don't get involved, then it'll fall again.
Yeah.
That's how Trump came back in. We got comfortable. We thought since Obama came into office that, I remember one Negro telling me, black person. I don't know what to call him. Oh, the color? Black. Anyway, that was a joke, but y'all didn't get it. Obama came in, and I remember one brother crying. He said, I'm going to Washington because racism is over. I said, good Lord. They thought racism was over. Anyway.
Hey, could I, I'm sorry to interrupt you real quick, little correction. John Adams did not own slaves. He was one of only 2 of the first 12 presidents to not own slaves. He actually
Did he stop it?
once against it. He didn't stop it, no.
Well, he was right there. When if you in a car with somebody who gets something, you're going to jail just like that. But thank you for the research, brother. Trying to mess up my theory.
I just didn't think. I believe he was the guy, the lawyer who defended the slave.
I'm just messing with you, man.
You said,
It was that, right?
forced slave owner, and you don't do anything about it.
You're complicit.
Yeah. Guilty by default.
Yeah, you just like the rest of them. Anybody? Lawrence?
Like you were saying earlier, like I just want to kind of like that just kind of stuck with me when he was saying like it's not really even like.
That's Mr. M. Something you can say.
Oh no,
Mr. Mann? Mr. Eric Mann?
Eric Mann, yeah, Mr. Eric Mann. He was saying how like it's not the white people really anymore. It's like us, like black people, like killing each other and like causing that violence.
I think TRC.
Yeah, Mr. Eric said, don't put that on me. He said, don't put that one on me, Mr. Eric. No, but we get your point, though.
But yeah, that just kind of stuck with me. So
Yeah.
I hope I'm grateful for this, and I hope I can make an impact like that one day too.
No, you can. You guys already are.
You will.
Okay, because y'all in the room right now.
Well, thank you, but since you put a jacket on me that didn't fit, I just want to explain, no, it's totally, I want to explain something.
What?
In a white settler state, which is what this country is, it was based on the fact that the people came here, had no right to be here. Right? They came from Europe, and they came to invade, and they saw the people here as disposable. And so they, I don't know, 100 million indigenous people in the Americas when the Spanish came in 1492, and in 100 years, 90 million were gone through murder. So, so what I'm trying to say is, there were white people who have always sided with black people. Always. You couldn't have the runaway slaves. Underground Railroad, if you didn't drop black people off of some white people's house. They didn't just run directly to Canada. But in the 60s, large numbers of white people fought for black people. Large numbers. But we were not the majority. Not close. So I'm just trying to say two things. There are, not because of me, or maybe partly, there are white people who have given their lives for black people. But the majority of white people, as a group, are the problem. So that's places. When Malcolm would say to white people, he didn't mean every single one, but he meant good enough. You know, that's the direction I want you to know. So I'm just saying, that's what I said, is I'm on your side, and I'm happy to be here.
So for the benefit of the adults who are in the room, what our plan with the young people who are sitting here now, and there's a couple more who are not here, is to go buy them a brand new suit.
Cool.
Buy them a brand new suit and go out to dinner. We're gonna do it different this year. We're gonna invite some of the political representatives, some of the leaders in the community. Bruh knows very well what we do. And go out to sit down and talk about leadership, talk about y'all future, and make sure that y'all have everything you need to realize your dreams. You're gonna need money, you know. You're gonna need certain things as you go through life. If you're in college and you start struggling too much, when I was in college at USC, which is right up the street, for my entire career at USC, I was always the only black male in every class I ever took. Nobody I grew up with was there with me, not one of them, not one. And one time I had to stop the teacher as we were talking about sociology, and then we were talking about some other things concerning, you know, uplifting people, black and otherwise. And I said, is there a reason that we don't ever talk about W.E.B. Du Bois? How can we be in a class? And so I was able to make them talk about somebody who I knew was important to the history of this country, but they were not gonna, if I wasn't in the room, they wouldn't talk about it. And then when y'all find out who Du Bois was, which was the first black person in the history of this country to obtain a PhD from Harvard University, right? And wrote a dissertation on the African slave trade. And was a co-founder of the Niagara movement and then the NAACP. And wrote a book in 1903 called The Souls of Black Folks, one of the seminal documents in the history. As a writer, sir, I know that you are very familiar with that. And so I can go on and on and on. Black Reconstruction. I think y'all have that book in here.
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah. Oh, you got a whole section on Du Bois over here. But they will graduate from school and never know nothing about Du Bois.
Yeah. When I graduated from Crenshaw, I didn't know about Du Bois. I learned about
You went to a black school, Crenshaw, and they didn't teach you about Du Bois?
They didn't teach me.
The hell's wrong with the people over there?
I learned about Du Bois here at the Strategy Center.
Really? Yeah. So I'm not gonna keep y'all, I promise not to keep y'all long, but we got some work to do. We gotta get these suits, so we gotta raise some money, all right? So y'all gotta do better, because I ain't seen never one of y'all parents at my concert. All right? Why y'all just looking at me like that? Anyway, man, I'm done. Anybody got any questions or anything you want to say to the youth? Larry?
I just want to say, you guys, this is what leadership looks like. You guys showing up here, getting up to Saturday. That's what you guys, young people, could be doing. There's a lot of other things you could be doing, but you chose to come and hang out with family, get some of this knowledge, learn about your history. So I'm proud of all of you guys for showing up and doing that, and you will be the ones that we hand the historical baton to.
Right.
Yes.
So we trust that you guys take that and do what you need to do to move the cause forward. So again, you guys should be applauded.
Good morning, everyone, and all of you young men and female BLA program. This is actually the nuts and bolts of what Torrénce and family organization is doing. And you've got all the resources at your fingertips. You've got a room full of elders and scholars and activists and advocates, and you're here surrounded by books. You are here at a historical event. You know, you're really being primed and prompted to be leaders in our community. So use what you got and make the best of it, best use of what you're doing, when you have all the resources you're surrounded with. Keep up the good work, all of you.
But that's what I'm saying.
Sure. I also work with high school students. I just got to remind you, when you look at a lot of these books, their point of inflection, their point of revolutionizing, meaning the point where they were just a young man and then they were activated to start taking action, oftentimes happened in their teens and their 20s, right? Malcolm was really young. He was in his 20s when he began with the Nation of Islam. Martin was in his 20s when he was the minister up there speaking in front of thousands of people, right? So when you go forward, just remember, the more you delve into this work, the more people, including your own peers, are going to be like, what do you think about that thing that just happened on the news? And they're looking to you for political leadership. The question is, are you ready to step into that role?
See, drummer.
Which Clinton drummer? The drummer.
I'm looking at you. I got y'all, partner. I got you.
Yeah, when I was in high school, there was a movie that came out, Spike Lee directed, and it was called Malcolm X. And when I was walking down the hallway, everybody was wearing all the gear. Like they had the X shirts, they had all the merch, right? But I had read the book, so I was so excited that some of the kids my age were wearing. I go, that's a nice hat, this shirt. I go, have you read the book? And the guy goes, oh no. so I mean, I know as a teenager and even as young people, image is very important. I'm not going to say it isn't, but the image of something without the knowledge really just makes it just another fad. And we are here to not make this a fad, but a way of moving forward for the rest of our lives. Because once you learn anything like a talent or something like that, you can't unlearn it. So, but you can always throw away that hat and that shirt, and So I think it's really, really touching what you're saying. The suits. That's really something that shows dignity and preparing for an interview actually too. Even though in this day and age, a lot of these places are trying to get away from that, but it does add a sense of dignity. But that's all I have to add to that.
Okay, great. I think for the question.
So I would just want to say, man, briefly, man, I'm so proud. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I want to get you on camera. Okay. So I just want to say, I'm so proud of y'all, man. It took courage to do what y'all did today. Period. It took courage, man. Public speaking is one of the most fearful things in mankind, and you guys did that, right? On one of the busiest corners in LA. And I just want to express that I'm super proud of y'all for having the courage to speak for yourselves and for your community. And this is the beginning, right? This is the beginning.
For that generation. For
the whole generation, right? So continue, man, to do what you guys been doing. And just know, man, that we really believe in y'all. We really, really wholeheartedly believe in y'all. You know what I mean? But you have to believe in yourself, right? You have to, right? So that's everything, man. So I just want to leave y'all with that.
So the last thing is that where it concerns these books that you guys are looking at, I know I had mentioned this earlier, some of y'all probably heard me say this earlier in the year. And it didn't happen at that time, but I talked to the young lady, who's actually an older lady, an elder, who lives out in the woods. She wants nothing to do with the city anymore. She lives out in the, where you can grow food, she grows her own food, all that kind of thing. And she's committed to giving $100 for each student who reads a book. Is that something y'all can do?
Yes.
So, sir, we'd like to start with your books. Excuse me, I got something in my throat.
Should I talk about the books from there? What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying that I have a sponsor who's going to sponsor each young person as a incentive to read a book, and they'll get $100 for reading a book. Now, personally, I don't think they need it, but she offers it. She says she don't see enough young people reading. I told her my students will. So can y'all, while she got the camera on, raise your hand if you can read a book and get $100 for reading that book. But don't think about the money from this bookstore. From this bookstore. Okay, so everybody hands raised? All right, so I'm calling her tonight, and we'll start that project. I'll need you to back me up. All right.
I'm just gonna make it really quick because what I have on my mind was already said. you're gonna be the generation that we pass the baton to.
Yes.
You guys, you just don't realize you're actually in training right now, and it's a big deal that you showed up and came out here and everybody spoke today. And this is just preparing you for a bigger life of revolution, of intervention, of stepping up. So I look forward to passing that baton one day, because I'm just dying this beer, man. Hey, we old, you know, and we need somebody to pass this baton on to. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Sure.
That's it.
Hurry up, man, before I find some liquor.
Oh, good.
I don't even drink liquor.
You might, but still.
Everybody.
Just joking, just joking. All right, thank you, Mr. Man. Thank you, Mr. Man. All right, fellas, how many people you had in your car, bro? Got a full car?
Can I say something about Eric?
Go ahead.
He's leaving here, Mr. here. But this is something that we saw as a long-time frontline activist. Eric, I'm talking about you.
Third man.
Third man. He's run the Bus Riders Union. He's worked with organizations. He's made sure that there's been equity, and not just money for the subways and transit and all those billions and billions of dollars, to make sure we have adequate transportation.
I'll get some.
For the people that take the bus, to improve bus status services, clean buses. He's advocated for bus shelters and all the things that the common people use, you know, to get around this city. So I want you to know that this is a legend. He's had a radio program on the KPFK for years.
And those are his books that he wrote.
Those are his books that he's
Over here,
written.
over here.
So
Must read.
he's a scholar, and he's one of the good guys. One of the good guys, and I just want you to know that you're in the presence of living legends here in this room. So I just wanted to acknowledge this brother while we were here, and his emphasis here.
Thank you for that, brother. You need a ride, right? Where you live? Where do you live?
Are we wrapping it up? I'm gonna
Yes, yes.
end it.
No, I'm saying, where do you live?